Morning, YouTube. It's your boy Spirit Light Body. May peace, love, and happiness be upon you all today. So I wanted to talk about a couple weeks ago, I did a video. I think I titled it "We Are One with the Mother Earth Plane," and in that video, I just kind of went in and was explaining spiritual beings like the elementals. I really didn't go into it a whole lot, but this is kind of a continuation of that video. So what I wanted to get everyone to enter and understand, because I noticed some people unsubbed, which I totally feel you. When you heard this man say, yo, fairies, like, what? Like, no, but you got to enter and understand that I'm not talking about, the traditional classic, little human with the wings flying around, like, here. Like, no, I'm talking about spiritual entities. You have to enter and understand that everything in this physical realm is spiritual. You have to enter and understand that you are not a human being with a spirit. You are a spirit inhabiting a human body. So we're spirits having a human experience. I'm sure you guys have heard this been said over and over and over. But so with that being said, I want to touch on dimensions, because all this stuff intermingles, so just hang with me. So dimensions, you got to think about from the 0 point, 0 dimensions, just a single point. Now, the first dimension being a line, simply a line. Now, plants and crystals resonate to the first dimension. Now, the second dimension would be length and width. Plants still resonate to that dimension. Animals resonate to that dimension. They're second dimensional entities, insects, bugs, everything of this nature. Then, of course, you have the third dimension, length times width times height. There's 3 dimensions, and that's where you get us, in this physical realm, the third dimension. And then, of course, the fourth dimension, length times width times height, which time being the fourth dimension, which I'll get into time in a future video. And so with that being said, I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard about the 5th dimension and, all these higher dimensions. You got to enter and understand that dimensions, as well as, like being how I just explained, is also a state of consciousness. So there's 12 dimensions. And these different states of consciousness, every time you become more aware, you raise your frequency and you become more aware of the other dimensions, then over time, with your light body and your consciousness expanding, you will be able to perceive more of the higher dimensions, so to speak. But getting back to the whole fairy and elemental and nature spirits, so you have to enter and understand that these are dimensional entities. So it's kind of like how they try and explain to you with the ETs, how they can just materialize, out of nowhere. They just materialize, boom, here they are. It's because they, quote unquote, have mastered their frequency. They can raise their frequency, to go to higher dimensions, or they can lower their frequency to, manifest here in the physical. And they've literally mastered this, because there's different levels to everything. You got to enter and understand, even with the cosmos, the spirits and stuff, there's a quote unquote what they call hierarchy or whatever. Doesn't mean that one is any more important than the other, or one is better than the other, but that's just the way it is. They all serve a purpose, and it's just like us. It's the same way. We all serve a purpose. You might be good at making shoes, and I'm good at growing corn, but you're gonna need shoes and I'm gonna need corn, so I mean, we got each other, and exchange, buy, however, that's another topic, another video, another time. But anyway though, so with that being said, the dimensions, you gotta enter and understand that if you're not tuned into a certain frequency, you can't perceive that reality. So think about it. If we'll use a radio for instance. If you're on 103.9, you can't listen to 103.1, or you can't listen to 103.2 while you're on 103.9. It doesn't work that way. You got to tune your frequency, so meaning either you raise your frequency or you're going to lower your frequency. But either way, you're going to tune in to that vibration that you want to be on. And these entities are masters at that. So they're not going to reveal themselves to someone whose frequency isn't high enough. You can't even begin to perceive these entities because your frequency is not high enough. So there's certain things that you have to be open to and receptive to, I mean, it's a lot of inner work involved is what I'm saying. You have to be willing to do the inner work. I mean, and over time, with that being said, you let that light from within shine. You just be you, man. Don't try and be something that you're not. I'm pretty sure you all have heard that. And if you hadn't, I'm here to tell you, just be yourself, man. Don't sit up here and try and be something that you're not, because it's really not worth it. You're just going to make yourself look foolish or hurt someone, hurt yourself. It's really not worth it, man. Just be you, because if they can't accept you for who you are, then, you don't need them anyway, man. If they can't handle you at your worst, then they for darn sure don't deserve you at your best, right? That's just, it just makes sense, man. It's just simple logic, so to speak. But, yeah, man, I'm just out here just meditating this morning, vibing high like always, but I gotta keep my vibration high, because right now we're going through some stuff, man, family issues. My wife's mom isn't doing so well, so man, y'all pray, meditate for her, send her some love and some healing energy through the source, to her. You can just ask, man. I'm here to tell you that, you can go directly to the source. The Most High will listen to you. The Most High is always listening. The Most High always speaks to you and speaks back. You gotta be open and receptive, though. If you're not open and you're not receptive to those frequencies, it's not gonna happen. You gotta know how the Most High talks to you. I'm gonna do future videos on electromagnetism, the third eye, sacred geometry. All these different things are all intertwined, this universe is so beautiful and it's so amazing, man. And, life is so short, to be worried about, foolish stuff. We gotta enjoy each other while we can, man. And with that being said, I gotta tear up stuff down here on this earth plane while I can. And I mean that in a good way, for the liberation of all, of all of us. No doubt about that, the liberation of all of us. I love you all. I love you, Spirit. May Spirit surround and protect you all. Y'all take it easy, man. Be safe out there. Keep your eyes peeled, man. Stay conscious. Stay aware of your surroundings. And like I said, I will be doing another video on dimensions, too, to go into that a little bit further, man. But for now, so it is.